surprised that you haven't seen it, but
Ha!
hey, everybody.
Hey!
Thanks for finding the Geek Spot with us. Happy Monday to you. Glad to see Charles in the chat, as always.
What up?
Everybody else joining as we go through. I'm trying to remember how to use my phone to share this. I think I'm almost there. But thank you for hanging out this evening. We got plenty to talk about. So many premieres last week. There was award shows. There was all sorts of things. I bet there was hockey.
There was some hockey going on.
There was a great
Did we talk about that?
batch of hockey on Saturday Night Live. We did talk Olympics last week a little bit.
I didn't see Saturday Night Live.
Just the open for Saturday Night Live was delightful.
Okay.
We'll talk about that when we get there. But how about you, man? What have you been up to?
Let's see. I had some hockey. There's Pete and hello again to Charles. Jack said hi. What have I been up to? Let's see. I had a playoff game Friday night. The team I played for beat the other team I played for in overtime. Game 2 is Thursday, but I can't make that. It doesn't look like. I got my new hockey helmet in the mail today because of the concussion I received 2 weeks ago. I'm going to start wearing a hockey helmet. So I bought a Jaffa helmet, or is it Jaffa? I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. I never have. It's the same helmet that Gretzky wore back in the 80s. His blue, but it's
still holds up. It's still good. It's that old.
I got it. It was like $120.
That's it for a Gretzky helmet?
Well, no, it's not a Gretzky helmet. It's a helmet. The company is JOFA, and they don't make this style helmet anymore. And I got it from Sweden. I have a Swedish shopping bag upstairs. Huh?
Bet that's
Hoffa. It's Jaffa. Yeah. I just called Jaffa. It was
Where's IKEA? Where's the IKEA people?
It was like $120, and then it was like $25 for the customs. So it's not bad, really. Got it on eBay. It came today, and I tried it on, and oh my god, it fits perfect like a glove. It's really nice padded inside. Great. I'm gonna put a visor on it. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, other than that, so much TV watched, and
look at you go.
I found myself. I've mentioned before how I'm struggling with video games, and just in a rut of I'm bored with everything. Baseball comes out in like 2 weeks, so that's good. Destiny's in a really bad lull. Their next expansion is delayed until like June because Bungie has their extraction shooter marathon coming out, which I have no interest in because I don't play extraction shooters. It's just not my genre.
Yeah.
So I dove back into The Division.
Never heard of it.
Okay, it's an Ubisoft game. It's 10 years old this month.
Okay.
The Division 2. And hey Dom, what's up? It really has been fun. And I didn't realize it, but every game does the season model where there's like, you have X amount of days in the season.
Yeah.
You buy the season pass or the battle pass. And I didn't buy this one, but I didn't realize that this season that they're currently in, I think it's season 7, ends tomorrow. There's a developer live stream giving a whole bunch of updates and all this stuff, and some supposedly couple of surprises at the end that people are assuming might be announcements on Division 3. And then they go down for 5 hours of maintenance tomorrow. That's how you do a game right. You're getting some content when you got 5 hours of maintenance coming up.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing, watching TV and playing The Division right now, and I'm really enjoying The Division again.
Very nice. Never played it.
It's just it's a loot shooter.
Yeah, I've always been a single player.
You know, it's
open
funny.
World stuff.
So it's kind of open-ish world, and you can play it as a solo player. You can also matchmake. You know what's funny? Really fast. The story of The Division 2. Again, 10-year-old game, right?
Yeah.
Is that a virus overtook the world and killed a lot of people. And you're part of this strategic homeland defense network You run around with like a gas mask on in hazardous areas. But it's funny that that was 5 years before we had our global pandemic, that this
Oh, yeah.
game came out with a global pandemic.
It's
And the
the, you
game's
know,
set mostly, this game's set in New York, Brooklyn.
got it.
So, yeah, yeah, it's fun. A lot of
Very nice.
problems.
Yeah, mine did not consist of any gaming for myself. There was a lot of going to games and sporting events of all sorts. There was MLS season has moved to Philadelphia last
Um,
week,
I,
so we had.
is that the start of the Union season, or is that like something different?
So there was two. So the MLS season kicked off a week ago. Union played against DC that week, so they were not at home. There
Okay,
also was the kickoff of the Champions Cup for CONCACAF,
okay.
which is the conference for North America, Central America, all those things. Um, and I'm not sure what Pete means.
When
But
Dom said,
maybe
"What's up, gentlemen?"
got it.
Pete's
That's
replying
funny.
to Dom. That
He's
is
funny.
funny.
It
That's like a
is.
dad joke.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that swift this time of night.
I got you.
Anyway, um, so yeah, so the Union is doing great in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. They moved on to the next round. They're not doing as great in the regular season,
Oh,
but lots of new players as they tend to do in MLS. I'm learning every year. I think there's only on the home opener there was maybe 3 starters from last season that started this year
oh, wow.
out of 11. So yeah, a lot of changeover on the team. There's some injuries too that are hindering that starting
That's
lineup, but
that's exactly what every other sports fan wants every other franchise in Philadelphia to do every year except the Eagles.
yeah.
Wipe it all out, start over,
Well, they
train
should all
everyone.
come watch the Union then, because that's what the Union does. By mid-season, it'll be a whole nother roster again. It's fascinating watching how
Really,
all that stuff works.
that's crazy.
Not full by mid-season, but there'll
Right.
probably be another 4 new starters by mid-season.
Jeez.
Um, yeah, it's wild. Last year, from opening to close of the season, it was maybe half the team was still there.
Wow.
But that's the way that they work with all their trades and the international stuff, and there's a lot of that goes on all the time. So there's that. There was also gym night. My kid's school does gym night where about 1,200 students from the high school participate. It's grade against grade. They do a color system where it's everybody whose last name's A through K is on blue, and everybody else is on team red, and they go against each other in all sorts of. If you ever had a field day or anything when you were young, or like a competition
Yeah.
in the school, like so they do that for the high school, and it's 3 different times they have it that are like 3.5, 4 hours long over the span of 2 days,
Oh, wow.
where they do full choreographed dance routines for each half of each grade that they do, as well as like balloon pop competitions and relay races where 2 people drag a third that's on like a little tricycle on the back of a mat and have to whip them around the court and like all that kind of stuff. Mattress roll where they have to run and jump on a mattress and slide it across the gym floor,
That's cool.
and it's a race. So like all that kind of stuff. It was our first time having somebody participate and going to the event, and it was a whole lot. And then we got to watch it afterwards. The production level from when I first tuned in when my kids first got to high school a few years ago to now is unreal. They have multiple camera angles now. The audio is all fixed where it's direct feed out of the PA system
Oh,
versus
that's
before it was
always
just like a
fun.
microphone that was overblown the whole time.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so yeah, it was the production value is fantastic that they did this year. Blue did not win, which is
Oh,
disappointing. They won the last 2 years, but Red managed to take it in the final competition this year. So that's all right. I think I'll have at least 1 or 2 kids doing it next year, and it was a lot of fun. So
nice.
that was that. I watched some stuff, not as much. There was a couple finales that you don't watch, but Beast Wars and Traders wrapped up last week.
Oh,
So
I
we'll
missed
talk
them.
about that later. Dude, Beast Wars is super fun. There was no particular contestants that I enjoyed this year, but it's like Survivor, but for younger people, worth a lot more money on the line, like a lot. Like he gave away like $17 million to people on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, the winner gets $5 million.
Damn.
at least, depending on how much they won throughout the rest of it. Like second place came in at like, I want to say 2 mil or so, somewhere in there. Half, I don't know, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild. He just gives away money the whole time. He tries to bribe you. He's like, what will it take for you to not stay in for 5 mil? How about here's $100,000? They're like, okay.
I mean,
but it starts with 100 people, goes down to 0. Beast Wars is super fun though. It's season 2 just wrapped up. But we can talk about that in a little bit. So that was it for me. Like I said, we'll talk about all the new shows that came out shortly. There was
there's a lot.
We don't have a list, but we have a list, sort of.
Sort of. We're gonna run through this. The Actors Awards for 2026 happened yesterday, and well, it's always fun seeing. I did not go to the movies a lot last year, so it's more fun seeing what TV I didn't watch because I pretty much didn't see anything on this at all, and I really would like to see things.
Looking at this list, I don't know that you saw more than 5 episodes.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a television series.
Okay,
I saw almost all of these. The nominees were Andor, saw it. Landman, saw it. Last of Us, saw an episode or two. Squid Game, no, and Stranger Things. And The Last of Us won.
Which is wild to me that it beat out Andor.
Yeah. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a drama series. Britt Lower for Severance, Parker Posey for The White Lotus, Kerry Russell for The Diplomat, Rhea Seehorn for Pluribus, and Amy Lou Wood for The White Lotus. Kerry Russell for The Diplomat won.
I have not dug into The Diplomat yet.
Neither have I. It's one I want to.
It has been great, from what I understand.
Yeah. Rhea Seehorn not winning is interesting, but I didn't watch The Diplomat, so I can't say.
Yeah, it's apparently it's similar to how she was on The Americans, which was she was great.
Phenomenal. She was phenomenal.
Dom has thoughts on Beast Games, by the way.
Okay.
In the chat.
Outstanding performance by a male actor in a comedy series.
Yeah.
Ike Barinholtz for The Studio, Adam Brody, Nobody Wants This, Ted Danson, A Man on the Inside, Seth Rogen for The Studio, and Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. Seth Rogen won.
He's been sweeping, right? Like he swept all the awards.
Listen, I got like 4 episodes into The Studio and it just wasn't jibing with me. I mean, maybe I was just not in the mood, and I usually like comedies like that. So I've been playing catch up on too many other things to get to The Studio still, but I'll watch it before season 2 comes out. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a television movie or limited series. Claire Danes, The Beast in Me. Erin Doherty, Adolescence. Sarah Snook, All Her Fault. Christine Terramarco, Adolescence. Michelle Williams won for Dying for Sex. Which I think we talked about that a couple award shows ago. Like, fascinating concept. I don't think they can do another season, which is why it's a limited series. But yeah, I heard she was great in that show. Hang on, I was scrolling to see how many more of these we should do. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy series. Just going to say the winner was Catherine O'Hara, which I think is just awesome. Yeah, for The Studio. I don't know how that you don't vote for her. No. I mean, that was awesome. And if whoever won, it would have been Jean Smart, who I'm sure was up for Hacks. She would have dedicated it to. Jean Smart was up. Catherine Hahn, Jenna Ortega, and Kristen Wiig. That's a pretty good. Who's Catherine Hahn up for? The Studio. She's in The Studio. Oh, is she? All right. Yeah, she plays like the publicist. She's actually really good. Like the acting is good. I just wasn't jibing with the show when I tried to watch it. I think I was trying to do too many other things at once. Yeah. Outstanding performance by a male actor in a television movie or limited series. I'm just going to give you the winners from here on out. Yeah. Categories. Owen Cooper won for Adolescence. Yep. As he's done all season. For those categories, the comedy in that, it's been pretty locked in all season. Yeah. I haven't seen it. No, I have not yet either. It's I have to get in the right mind space to watch that because it is a lot from what I understand. Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series. They literally list every single name of every person in these. Abbott Elementary, The Bear. Literally, they list every person. Yeah. Hacks, Hang on. Gotta find the next break. The studio won.
Yeah.
And then we have outstanding performance by an ensemble drama series, The Diplomat, Landman.
No.
The Pit, obviously, The Pit won.
Yeah. Which Noah Wiley sweeping as well.
Severance,
everything.
And White Lotus were the nominees. Yes, outstanding performance by a male actor in a drama series, Noah Wiley. Outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role. That went to Sean Penn, One Battle After Another.
Heard great things.
Outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role went to Amy Madigan for Weapons.
Yep. It's on my list of shows on HBO to go watch now that
Okay.
some of them are wrapped up.
Outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet won.
Yeah, who doesn't want to hear the story of Shakespeare?
I mean, she beat out Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson, Chase Infinity, and Emma Stone. That's a pretty packed list of actors.
Hamlet's done well through award season.
Yeah. An outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners won, beating out Jesse Plemons, Ethan Hawke, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Timothy Chalamet. Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture, Frankenstein, Hamnet. They don't do a good job of separating these. One Battle After Another, Sinners won.
Yep.
And that was the last thing. So
look, and I've heard people really like Sinners.
It's not
your kind of movie.
I'm not a horror guy, and I'm a huge Haley Steinfeld fan, and I love Michael B. Jordan. Delroy Lindo's in it. I love these actors.
Look, the half that's not horror is great. The first half of the movie is fantastic in my eyes. The second half goes off the rails and just becomes a schlocky horror movie, which is why I don't love it for all of these awards that it's being touted for. The first half, though, is definitely worthy of all these awards, except for the fact that the second half is just a remake of From Dusk Till Dawn. As I've said before.
A handful of newsy stuff. Netflix is no longer going to buy Warner Brothers. Paramount now is the winning bid for Warner Brothers.
I don't know that that's fully official yet, though. Is it? Like, they're the only bid.
It's not so much official, but Netflix now backed out and paid the $2 billion fee that they were to pay if they didn't win the bid. It now still has to go through all the committees and all the antitrust and all this and all that. But
yeah, Paramount is already talking like it's a done deal, though. They announced today at their investor meeting.
Yeah.
David Ellison already said, hey, this is what we're going to do with the streaming services.
But he also said the same thing when
crazy.
Netflix. Yeah, well, he also said the same thing when Netflix won the bid. But yeah, I mean, we'll go deeper into it as it gets kind of more along the line of what they're going to do with it.
So,
but
fun fact about David Ellison and buying new properties. So I heard today that you remember Terminator Genesis, the most delightful of all Terminator movies.
That's the one with Emilia Clarke, right?
Yes. Do you know why that was made?
Courtney?
Yes.
Do
you know why that was made?
Why?
So David Ellison's sister bought him the rights to Terminator as a birthday present.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Because, that's what people do. And so he said, ooh, now I can do whatever I want. I'm going to make Genesis.
Wow.
So exciting stuff for DC Studios in the works.
Well, they said that they weren't touching DC Studios initially. Now, right now, they've said that they weren't touching DC Studios, and they're not looking to change anything. They're very happy with James Gunn and Safran and what they're doing.
Yeah, James Gunn won't stick around.
Yeah, there's other behind the scenes issues with that will cause James Gunn to not want to be involved.
Yeah, I don't think James Gunn will last past the merger finalization.
It depends on who else gets involved and if other people stop doing other things in the world and focus on that right now.
Well, they also said that we would get that HBO wouldn't be touched as a brand and how much David Ellison loves Game of Thrones.
Oh, good.
But they're going to let them do their thing without any oversight to content. I said, sure. Great.
I don't believe that.
Every show will be a Ty Sheridan style John with the speeches mid show.
Listen,
Tell you why people are wrong. It'll be great.
I said the other day about Game of Thrones. I said I will personally not read another single thing George Martin puts out because it's taken him almost 20 years and he still hasn't done The Winds of Winter.
No.
And
he's busy doing other stuff.
He just does everything. And House of the Dragon, they don't even go to him for show notes anymore.
Like, no, because he doesn't like what they did, and they said, okay.
Yeah. And they stopped talking to him, and he went to HBO, and HBO went, why don't you give us your notes, and we'll take your notes and our notes and give them to the director. Basically, like, shut the F up. I don't really have any desire to revisit the Game of Thrones land from his books, like the original series, until they redo it, which they will do probably in another 10 years, and fix the ending.
Maybe.
What I am incredibly interested in is Brandon Sanderson and Mistborn. He said, hold on now, where is it? So right Apple here. TV, we talked about this. Yes, I haven't started yet. I own them, but I haven't started yet.
It's very good.
I might get them on the Kindle. I might rebuy them for the Kindle because it's easier. I like a book a lot more than a Kindle, but a Kindle's just a little more practical to hide at work. Well, it's a lot easier to prop a Kindle up in front of my monitor than to prop a book up.
Yeah, I got you.
You know? So he said, hang on. I think he said he is about 13% done his script already.
Okay.
So he hasn't submitted.
Look, this
is not done.
The first book, not super expensive.
Yeah.
By comparison to a lot of things.
But his Stormlight archive is going to be a little bit more expensive. There's a lot of funky stuff that goes on in that.
Well, those are movies, though.
No, those are the wait, hold on. Which one?
Mistborn's the TV show.
Mistborn is the movie. Stormlight is the TV.
Oh, okay. Yes. I had it reversed.
Yeah. Which is probably easier to do.
No, I think Mistborn would be a better reading it. So, you know, I'm like 2/3 of the way done or so through the book. I see that as a way better show than a movie, but all right.
I haven't started Mistborn yet. Stormlight I can see as a show because there's just so much in it. I personally love it.
We'll get there. There's only 3 Mistborn books, so I'm going to get through those and then switch over to this one.
3 or 4 Stormlight ones right now. I know there might be at least 4.
There's a couple different arcs they told through there. I think there's 2 different arcs within there.
Yeah, there's a couple different. Yeah. But there's it's in the same Cosmere.
Got it.
So they exist in the same like Cosmere, and I believe there is one character that overlaps between the two.
I'll get there.
Yeah, I don't know all the details because I stopped looking up stuff because I didn't want to get it spoiled.
Right.
G.I. Joe. According to the Hollywood Reporter, 2 new G.I. Joe movies are in development at Paramount by Max Landis and Danny McBride.
No. Nope. Not the combo that I need for my G.I. Joe movie. I don't need a hokey G.I. Joe movie.
It's fucking G.I. Joe. I mean, I'm not saying yes or no because I don't really know, but Landis previously penned films like 2012's Chronicle and Netflix's Bright, but his career stalled after multiple allegations accusing him of sexual and emotional abuse came out in 2019, reaching a peak in an expose by the Daily Beast. I didn't know that was what was coming after that line as I was reading it. So maybe a hard no?
He's getting work. Jonathan Majors is getting work. It's great. It's great.
Now, Danny McBride is known for creating and starring in Eastbound and Down, Righteous Gemstones.
Love Danny McBride.
So do I.
This is a questionable move for Danny McBride, though.
Yeah.
Because look, let's be honest. G.I. Joe, if you're going to make movies about it at this point, is as much a propaganda movie for the military as anything else.
I mean,
So not shocking that Paramount are the ones. I mean, they owned it, so not a shock that they're the ones fired up to launch it now. But I also, yeah, I don't know that I need another G.I. Joe thing. I would take the crossover with Transformers that we got teased
that
at
would
the
be
end of
lovely.
Rise of the Beasts, but
That'd
I
be
think we
awesome.
screwed that already because you get
Probably.
introduced. I don't think you saw Rise of the Beasts.
I did not.
Yeah, but at the end, they get introduced to GI Joe as an organization that's in the world, and it was supposed to set up a crossover, and then we screwed it up.
I don't
Yeah, Frank.
hate Bran is king. I don't love it. I just think, as Dom asked for those listening, what was wrong with the Game of Thrones ending? Was Bran the Broken not good enough to be king? I could do an entire show on why the last season sucked so bad, and maybe one day.
Speaking of those listening, if you want to watch, you can always watch live on YouTube or Facebook, where we broadcast on Monday nights at 7. But you will also now see the video in your Spotify feed and Apple Podcasts, wherever else you get your podcasts. There will now be a video and audio option for the show. If you would like to look at our lovely faces instead of just listening to us, you will be welcome to do that from now on.
There is a new code brewing for the Matrix 5.
No. Again, no.
Warner Brothers is pursuing a new installment with Drew Goddard writing and directing. He confirmed that the 5th installment is still in the works, and I'm in my writing cave writing. I don't know how long I'll be in that writing cave, but whenever I come out, I'll have news to share. So we might get a Matrix 5, which was announced in 2024.
Nice.
No rumors on if Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss want to come back, but Lana Wachowski will act as an executive producer, and I'm good. I don't need a 5th. Didn't need the 4th.
It was rough.
Didn't need the 4th.
It was rough.
Didn't need it. And now I could quickly transition into our stuff that we watched. What the first thing I'm gonna talk about this first, and then I'm gonna throw it over to you because nobody else really gives a shit about Yellowstone anymore. So I'm gonna get this out of the way.
Yeah, look, I thought about watching it, but you can spoil the shit out of this show for me because I think it was all in the trailer anyway.
Most of it was in the trailer. I left work early this morning. I had a real sinus thing. I felt like my head was in a vice and I couldn't see straight. Came home, slept for a couple hours, and felt a lot better. So I decided to catch up on some TV that I had missed, being Yellowstone and Starfleet Academy. So, spoilers if you plan on watching Marshals, which is on CBS, not streaming. It's on regular TV, just like...
It's on Paramount the next day, at the same time.
Yeah. Monica, Casey's wife, has passed away.
Oh, no.
Monica got cancer.
Very quick.
I believe they teased it in the action in Yellowstone, but I don't remember.
It's probably during one of his acid trip vision quests.
Yes, it's a blur. So, he gets brought in to help his friend, who is a marshal, because there's something happening at the Black Rock Reservation, which owns the Yellowstone land, and he's still good friends with Rainwater and Mo, the tribal police guy. And then there's something, he comes and he is a temporary deputy with them, helping them do things. And it's going to lead to him just staying on the marshals and being a door kicker. And it's literally, that's the show. It's going to be them chasing down warrants and bad guys and drug dealers and cartel. And
could have used his marshal friend back during a little show called Yellowstone, huh?
He probably could have. He's got the same cool dirty hat, and he still lives out on East Camp where he lived at the end
Yeah.
of Yellowstone, and
His little piece of land
he's
for him
got
and his wife.
little piece. He's got 5,000 acres.
Oh, that's
He
little
owns
for.
5,000 acres.
All right, that's a
So
little.
his wife passed away, but his whiny son's still there. I don't know if I want to be a rancher, and whatever. It's a
I mean, we're going to
show.
ignore the fact that 5,000 acres isn't something you just don't maintain. Like, you need to do something with that land.
He's, whatever.
But he has no money to do it because
I,
he has to go get a job as a marshal. So,
it's
like,
fine.
all right, I'm
It's
in.
it's fine.
I mean, I'm not, but I'll watch an episode or two.
It's got Ariel Kebble is in it.
Sure.
You would know if you saw her. She was in a bunch.
Oh, I know who she is.
Okay.
I can't. When I looked at her IMDb, I couldn't tell you that I remembered her from any of those things, but I know her face.
I remember her from a bunch of stuff, and she was in Ballers. I remember her from Ballers with The Rock.
I
on
think she was in
HBO.
Supernatural too, which is probably where I remember.
Probably. Definitely. She has. He knows her real name. She goes by this name, but he knows who she is because her family had dealings with the Duttons, and the secretary of somebody knows the Duttons, and there's a whole thing. Brett Cullen's character knows the Duttons and knows what the Duttons do, what the Duttons want to do, and that's
All of that sounds awful. I'm not gonna lie.
I am not invested. I'm not invested in it. And obviously, I'm a huge Yellowstone guy. I'm not invested in it.
Yeah.
I don't like. I don't care where Rip and what's her name is, and
It's soon. That's a different show, though.
I know but this definitely doesn't have Taylor Sheridan writing it. Taylor Sheridan doesn't direct this. He's listed as an executive producer, but he is hands off as a whole. That's why it's on CBS.
It means it's probably going to be awful.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's I'm not looking forward to that show. I'll watch a couple episodes though, but I'm sure it'll just be the new SWAT or whatever.
It's exactly what it looks like, and then he'll fall in love with one of the women on the team. And
By episode 2,
maybe
we'll start getting all that. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's that they already lay groundwork, and Anyway, I watched other stuff, but what about you?
So I started Shoresy, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. The character is just so fantastic, and they continue, like, you watch the growth of this guy that was just the guy yelling and F you from the bathroom stall in Letterkenny all the time.
Yep.
To like a full-blown character that has completely had multiple arcs over the seasons and is still hilarious and can still go and give a your mom joke all day. But then can turn around and have these most like heartwarming, tender moments. It's great. It's so good. I only watched 2 episodes because I like to savor that one. I don't like to burn through that show because it's
Right.
It's so well done that I just enjoy the hell out of watching it. I watched that. I also, the first episode of Monarch Legacy Monsters Season 2 dropped, which, oh my God, they are spending all the money on this show. Like, it looks like a full-blown movie every episode. And they figured out a way to keep the multiple timelines running, where we're getting Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell both in different timelines playing, the same character, just one aged, one not, which is super cool still. And they're still pulling out more mysteries and things like that. We set up kind of, I guess, the big bad for the season. But we've already seen Kong. We've seen Godzilla. We've now seen the new big bad, which is bigger than either one of them, which is like some crazy Hydra monster. And they're continuing to give more and more of that. And those little snippets as we go through this first episode and set it up where they found it all these years ago and continue to build on the mythos. But it looks super fun this season. I think it's going to be a blast. That's on Friday. Shoresy dropped all together. We hit Marshall's. So we can do Scrubs if you want.
We can, but there was another show that I started. I watched the pilot. It was hilarious that I have to go back to. This is The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Tracy Morgan's new show. It stars Tracy Morgan as Reggie Dinkins, former NFL player, and Daniel Radcliffe as Arthur Tobin, the man who's creating the documentary that he's making about Reggie Dinkins. Bobby Moynihan is his best friend, and it is literally Tracy Morgan being Tracy Morgan as an ex-NFL football player.
Yeah.
That's all. Every role Tracy Morgan does is literally Tracy Morgan being Tracy Morgan as this person. It's stupid funny. It is everything in my wheelhouse.
Well, I look forward to hearing more about the show.
I mean,
that's on regular TV, so that'll be a weekly drop.
That's an NBC thing. It's just I gotta remember to go back to it. Scrubs it's getting a second season.
Oh my God, really? They already did the second season? Okay.
Already get a second season. You can tell the times have changed. The Dr. Cox character in the original run of Scrubs was ruthless.
Yes.
Name calling, like just beat you over the head with name calling. Yeah. Constantly called JD girls names. I mean, it's great, but would go on these long rants constantly. And it was like part of the show. It was great.
Yeah.
The times have definitely changed because Dr. Cox in the initial episode realizes that he cannot teach. He's the chief of medicine at the hospital. They rebuilt the entire, it looks exactly like it did. He cannot teach the students because his style of being a doctor doesn't fit with today. And they have the HR person there that kind of pops up all the time and tells them to bring it down.
That's the chick from Saturday Night Live, right? Bader.
Yes. And he basically gets JD to come in as the chief of medicine. And it's going to be JD teaching the new interns.
Yeah, I was in and out of it. My wife started watching it before I got in, so I missed the initial setup.
I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it. Some of the jokes are the same. Some of the jokes hit. They kind of, they do the eagle joke and like Turk collapses because he's old and his knees are beat.
It looked weird. Like I said, tagging in and out like I did. I was like, oh, it's just Scrubs again, but they're old now.
Yep.
With a young cast that I don't care anything about. So why do we keep focusing on these young? And I get that you got to introduce the new and do the dichotomy of the new people. The old, but like, I don't care about any of the new people. No. I didn't tune in to watch all these interns. And if their plan is to like turn it over to them in like 2 years, I'm out. Then I don't even need to watch the show.
No, because that's what I think they have ignored season 9 of the original run where they did the medical school.
Right.
So they're pretending that didn't happen. Like at the end of season 8, JD leaves to go to be with what the hell's her name? Sarah Chalk's character. Then you find out when this starts that they've divorced and he wasn't supposed to come back, but Dr. Cox kind of like kept his patient. His patient got admitted to Sacred Heart. It was the closest hospital. Dr. Cox kept his patient a little bit longer on purpose to convince JD to stay and take over. And it brings life back to Turk, who was getting a little bored with what he was doing, and it reinvigorates Turk. And then Carla was there the whole cast was there for the first episode. The janitor's supposed to show up, as we mentioned last week, and Krista Miller pulling double duty in everything that Bill Lawrence does. But she's great.
The janitor too. Janitor's in Shrinking.
That's right, he is too. And they're both great. They're great in both shows.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I'll keep watching it because it's Scrubs. It's not The Office, so.
Look, I enjoyed Scrubs. I was never diehard, but I always, if it was on, I always watched it.
Yeah.
So I'll pay more attention to maybe rewatch that first episode. But yeah, I wasn't overwhelmed with it because it all felt like just watching the original, which is what they were going for, I know. But like I said, it was also a little bit of like a gut check looking at old JD and old Turk
Huge.
trying to do the same thing they did 20 years ago. It was like,
Well, and also listening to John McGinley's voice, it just sounded like it was off. Like it almost sounded like he had something wrong with his voice, and it didn't sound like him. And he wasn't the same. And I get it. You have to evolve the characters. He wasn't the same Dr. Cox, but he couldn't be the same Dr. Cox because that version of the character can't live in this world today.
right.
It just doesn't work. But that was good. I enjoyed it. I'll keep watching it. It was better than the other show I watched.
Well, you watched a couple of shows. But then, so we had Scrubs. We'll do Paradise last.
Yes.
Because we are up to date through today's episode. So we will hold on to that. So in case anybody has not watched Paradise yet, we don't do any spoilers for it. So
Right.
before that, there was Shrinking from last week.
Oh, God. Again, the show's just so good. I forget what episode it was. Was it episode 3?
The last episode was episode 5.
We're on a 5 already?
Yes.
Wow.
Where Jimmy and Meg get sectioned off from Paul's daughter and Jimmy, which they set this up in episode 1. So spoilers for Shrinking. It's been out, a week.
That's right.
Which I forgot about that part, where they go to a storage room and they continue to bond like they did at the wedding reception. None of it's going to go well.
No,
It's
that was a weird. That's a weird setup. Because from what I understood, the whole Jimmy was supposed to get flirty with Sophie.
Kobe Smulders.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But is now having an affair with
Meg.
Paul's daughter. Right.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me because they don't really have great chemistry
Right.
on
It's
screen.
forced.
Like that.
Forced.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I get that she knows that like Jimmy loves her dad, but it's weird. And now she says Paul's going to move to Connecticut. I was like, that makes no sense.
I
We're doing some
wonder.
weird stuff this episode, right? Like, I don't buy that he would be like, yeah, my new wife and I, who has a medical practice, are going to up and move to Connecticut for no good reason to
I
be with your
wonder
dickhead husband.
I wonder how far into this season they wrote before they found out they were getting 4, because a lot of the choices early on kind of are pointing Paul towards this, but we know there's a season 4, so they kind of have to bring it back around. Like
who knows if Brett Goldstein was still there for the second half.
No, because he did leave because of Ted Lasso.
Right.
But it's weird that if you watch it initially and not know there's a season 4, you definitely see an end for Paul.
Right.
And now we're halfway through the season. Now you kind of have to course correct to get out of that line of thinking.
Yeah. It's going to be weird.
It definitely is.
And I don't love, look, it's a great show. I don't love whatever they're going to try to do with Sean right now, where they're like, hey, it's great you turned your life around and you're being a responsible adult. You need to go have fun and party at the club.
Yeah.
With underage kids and your stupid girlfriend that is nothing but bad for you. Like, I don't get that whole. There's some really weird storylines going on this season on this show, which I don't get why we're going in the directions that they are right now. The heartfelt moments are still really good. This episode was probably the weakest of the season for me so far.
I agree with that.
Because I don't get where they're going with all the things. I still like Gabby and Derek number 2. That was, where she gets kind of off put by he's making wee comments and trying to circumvent things, which I liked where that story went. But like the rest of them, I'm like, I don't get any of these decisions that these characters are making, because it backs off all this growth we've gotten for 3 seasons and like eliminates like Jimmy getting with Meg makes no sense to me.
No,
because it eliminates all of the growth that we saw his character go through these couple seasons to just do that to Paul, let alone with a married woman when he talks about his wife, like, and go back to these bad habits that he has no reason to go back to.
No. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I was okay with the flirting at the
Yeah.
wedding, but I didn't need to see them go any further with that personally.
Agreed. And then the same thing with Sean and his girlfriend.
I can't stand her.
I don't understand why everybody's like, you should be with her. I'm like, what are you doing?
I
When the
did-
redhead is the one that says you should be with her, like, no, that should be an immediate red flag.
I like going to Reddit for the TV shows that I watch to read the episode threads.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it's a crazy hodgepodge. Paradises is usually right on. It's spot on. Good commentary for the most part.
Yeah.
For this episode of Shrinking, most of the people are like, "Why is he with Marisol? She's awful."
Yeah. It makes no sense to me.
No.
And I was like, good, he's going to open his food truck and make some money since he's paying for all of this for everybody.
Right.
And still lives in a boathouse, like in a pool house. Like what?
Correct.
It's very weird. I hope they fix all these decisions in the near future.
I hope we get a Jim and Pam cameo.
No. No, you got that at SAG after. You missed your opportunity to talk
I
about
saw them
whoever
all
Mindy
there.
Kaling stole the body of.
She has always been like 6'7". She's always been up and down. Like, sometimes she's really bigger, and then sometimes she goes on these weight loss binges, and she always looks great.
But yeah, you got Pam, Angela, her, and Aaron all showed up at SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah.
I was like, good. None of them except for Ellie Kemper have really done much since then.
But no, there's a podcast for the two.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Mindy Kaling did a little bit. She had the Mindy Project.
She writes a lot.
Yeah, I know. But like the rest of them, none of them have hit the Office level since.
No, God, no.
And she left. She went to do the Mindy Project before the Office was done. So,
Yep.
you know, other than Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and then now she's in commercials for some awful brand.
Kohl's.
Yeah, like
She's Kohl's mom.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Did you know, and I'll just say this real fast before we move on, since I mentioned The Office. Did you know that the way the set was set up was specific? That the people in the annex were the writers of the show?
Yes.
And that's why they were back there.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
It's been 2
I
years.
saw that again
Fine.
today.
It was a long rewatch for me.
It was a long rewatch.
So much of my life I wasted on that show.
Now, you were wrong about one thing you sent to me earlier. You said, as a fan of Deep Space Nine, I would be really excited about this episode of Star Trek.
So which one did you watch? Because you didn't finish last week's Starfleet Academy episode.
I finished it and watched this week's.
Okay.
And this week's was a Voyager flashbacks. Not Deep Space Nine. It
I thought he
the
was on Deep
doctor-
Space Nine. The
no,
doctor was on
from
Voyager.
Voyager, yes.
Sorry.
Because I was excited to watch it at first, and I'm like, okay, this sucks. Oh, it's Voyager. Okay, this still sucks. This is not fun.
I thought both last week's and this week, I liked them both, and I didn't like them for about 40 minutes of each episode, though.
That's about where I was.
And then the last 10 or 15, I'm like, oh, damn it. They hit the landing. Like, the whole setup was trash, but the landing both weeks they nailed.
So what did they spoil for
Tilly's still around.
Well, yeah, because it's still during that era.
But
no, it's right
no.
after. It's right after the Discovery era. But the finale of Discovery, I think, is way in the future of.
Right, but I didn't watch. I'm not through Discovery yet. So Tilly left is all I know. But Jet's still there.
Yes.
So, I have to get through. I'm almost through season 4.
Okay.
Of Discovery, which it continues to be great.
Yeah,
they're doing some cast resets now, and it's funny because you're watching it like story points, but you told me that the girl that played Tilly was pregnant during that season, so she left on maternity leave halfway through.
Right.
And since she's still on the screenshot for the show with the rest of the people that are just getting on, I know that she's going to come back. But then I assume she leaves again at some point, which will happen. It's just why she's on this show.
But this show was supposed to be centered around her. This was
around Tilly.
To be her. Yeah, Tilly was supposed to be like the main.
No.
Like, so there's a semi backdoor pilot ish kind of setup. Not pilot. That's the wrong word. There's setup in Discovery where she is running around with a bunch of cadets.
Yeah. No, I saw that episode.
Right. Okay.
That's the
I
one right
wasn't
before she
sure.
leaves.
I was trying to be
But
vague.
it's wild that she was pregnant during this
Yeah.
first half of this season, and she does more physical stunts
Yep.
in the first half of season 4 than she has the entire run of the show.
Yep.
But no, I got that. No, because she is left to go teach.
Right.
Is where she went.
Now, it definitely, the first episode really, again, like you said, first 40 minutes sucked. Like, just was not, sucked is the wrong word, boring.
That was the one where the summer break, right? Or the spring break, the Easter break thing, right? Which now you got to the point, though, where they're trying to force this Caleb and Genesis thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't, like, I get it. You need the teen drama and you need to find a love triangle and, like, do that. But, like, it's awful. Especially when, like, the one dude's not getting married now.
Yeah.
So just he and Genesis already have way more vibe than, like, just do that.
Yeah.
Which I think will end up there, because I also saw recently they've announced that this show's set up to be a 4-season show.
Right. Well, yeah, because Cadets 4 seasons.
Yeah, and they've already filmed season 2.
Right, but there may not be a season 3. They're not sure if they're going to get the season 3. So Alex Kurtzman, the guy that oversees Star Trek and is very polarizing to the Star Trek community, as I've been reading, his contract is up this year or next year.
Yeah.
And they have not named a replacement. So there's like his run of shows ends with Strange New Worlds, Starfleet Academy, and then there's no new Star Trek on the horizon right now at all.
Well, Kathleen Kennedy's reign has ended like 6 times. So
that's true. But Kathleen Kennedy's contract, I don't think ever ran out. This person's contract Alex's contract has run out. There hasn't been anything yet. And with Paramount now making this big deal.
But that was pre the Skydance merger.
Right.
So
I don't know. There are definitely some moves that Kurtzman has made that have been a little like, I don't hate him as much as, the rest of the Star Trek fandom that hates him. Most of them probably live in the South.
Look, most of them are the ones that are the most vocal stars. It's the people that are most vocal online, right? That's where we're at with that stuff. So this is a 12-episode season, is that right? And we're on episode 8. So we have that many left.
It's science fiction. It's not real.
No, we have 10 episodes this season. So we only have 2 episodes left.
There's a lot of people that are upset that there's a gay Klingon. Okay? I honestly don't care as long as you tell me good stories. That's it. Tell me good stories. Make me interested. Give me Star Trek shit. Right now, I'm not getting the Star Trek stuff. I'm getting getting the CW freaking teen drama.
You got the bottle time warp episode where you live a lifetime in a couple like.
It was fine.
Okay, and Pete, I will she who shall not be named going forward.
Yes. We will not.
It's right same thing. Like there was some of the great sci-fi stuff in the last episode, but then it wasn't. And like, yeah, it's a little too balanced the other way.
Correct. I need it to go back to like I need phaser blasts and I need starship battles and I need transport yourself all over the place. Like there's it's a lot.
And our next episode is 300th Night is the title. I don't know what that means. I
don't know. I do know that Battlestar Galactica's first episode back after their I'm drawing parallels. After their miniseries was 33, and it was all about, they had to stay awake 33 minutes, then the Cylons found them, then they had to jump again, and they have to they couldn't figure it out, and it was really, really good episode. But anyway.
It was a fantastic kickoff.
Yes.
So 300th night, I guess, is 300th night of the year, maybe, and there's a party.
Maybe? Okay.
So they can all get drunk and he can
I can fast forward to the last 20 minutes of the show, is what you're saying.
What's her name? Dance with this girl. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so that's...
What else do we have?
That's that, and that brings us to Paradise, because I'm not going to talk about Hijack anymore, because the show's just off the rails. It doesn't even know what it's doing. It could have been like 3 episodes. It could have been a movie as the sequel, and it would have been great. But now we're like 6 hours into him hijacking this goddamn subway train. So we got Paradise. So if you have
Oh,
not caught up on Paradise and did not watch today's episode yet,
you're
pause
making a
this,
mistake.
go
Number
watch it,
one.
come back. We're gonna hit episode 3 and 4. So if you do leave now, thanks for finding the Geek Spot. We'll see you all real soon. If you do want to hang out and hear about this episode of Paradise, keep hanging out. And that'll be in 1, 2, 3. All right. So we had season 2, episode 3, where we catch up on what's been going on in the city.
Right, where you had missed.
I had not had full time to binge all of the episodes last week, so I was behind.
What did you think of the episode?
I thought it was good. It was a little long. The first 3 episodes, I get why they did them. It could have been 1 episode, really, because it's after seeing episode 4, I'm annoyed that the first 3 episodes were as long as they were. Because episode 4 reminded me how good the show is. Whereas episode 3, and I think it just broke. No, here we go. Episode 3, we get, like I said, what's been going on, that the vice president is now the president, which we kind of knew was happening, but he's trying to take over.
He's a dick.
I thought we knew more about Jane at the end of season 1, but I'm realizing we didn't know anything about Jane still. And we get where she's at now, what's going on with the kids, where the old director of the Secret Service is now, because she got demoted severely because of her actions.
Yep.
How Sinatra is trying to play new games and what she's going to do. I'm excited that we still get flashbacks with everybody.
I love the way
from
they
season
tell.
1.
I love the way they tell the story because it keeps characters that are no longer with us in the actual story.
Yeah.
Like you get a lot of Billy, even like a moment or two here and there with Billy still is awesome.
Yeah, and we get the setup, and I'm sure it is, but that is Link that was the dude's assistant, right?
Yes.
We get the creepy dude from
Link.
Lost and every other show ever.
Yes. That is Link, that Billy lets go.
Yes, okay. Who was the assistant who helped design the technology that I think is what Project Alex is.
Right. But
Maybe,
Alex
or whatever the project is.
Alex was also his wife's name.
Yeah, so whatever the project that we're hinting at. Yeah, Patrick Fischler.
The time travel project.
I don't think it's time travel.
Listen, after today's episode, I more than ever think it is, and I hope that they're just doing it. They're too much on the nosing it because they use the word time so much. And now you're focusing on it. So maybe they're just kind of like making you look at this and then they go like this.
Yeah, I hope it's not time travel. But we will see.
Do you think Sinatra remembers being shot by Jane and she's playing cool?
100%.
Agree there, yes.
She's playing all of the games that she can. So yeah, episode 3, and we as we said, spoilers, right? So we lose the vice president. So I don't know who ends up in charge now. If it's back to Sinatra.
Well, no, it would by laws of the Constitution, it would go to the actual
Speaker of the House,
unless they named a vice president and they just haven't told us yet.
right?
But then yes, it would go to the Speaker. I used to know all the way.
Yeah, but I don't. So I don't know where that moves to, right? So we'll find out.
I am going to assume that it doesn't go to Sinatra because of the way that they were treating her.
Maybe.
That maybe her power base kind of got yanked out from under her. I don't know. But
And I like the I don't remember if the maid was in season 1.
I don't remember that either.
I feel like I should go back and rewatch season 1, but I probably won't. So yeah, so look, nonstop great stuff on those episodes. Episode 4, we're back to Annie and Xavier. Nothing really in the city, except for I think there's some flashback. Yeah, there's a flashback to the first baby being born in paradise. But it was another one where like the first like half the episode, I'm like, oh, like let's go. What are we doing? And then when they started pulling together, and I remembered how brilliant the cinematography on the show is with cutting back and forth between timelines and stories. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'll tell you what, one thing that we're skipping over is the nosebleeds. That's why I think it's a little bit more time travel-y because of the nosebleeds.
Who keeps getting the nosebleeds? Sinatra?
Link got the nosebleeds. Somebody else got a nosebleed. I forget who else. There were.
Oh yeah. Link kept getting the nosebleeds. So you think that Link has come back?
Maybe. Link, Xavier, and Billy all had nosebleeds so far.
Okay. What I'm wondering from a timeline standpoint is, when did Billy kill all those people?
Right. So
are these the people that he killed? Because I don't think that they are anymore.
No. So if I recall correctly, the people that Billy killed was an expedition sent out by by the president. Like, he sent an expedition, or somebody in the bunker sent an expedition out to kind of see how things were. And I think it was earlier on.
I thought this was I thought that was people that found him.
No. Hold on.
So that's where I'm a little not sure.
Let me hang on.
I also don't know what show this is running over here with all of these people on it, but it looks amazing, and I might need to find this show. Whatever this is advertising to me over here on the IMDb.
All right, so it was coerced by Sinatra to murder survivors who were sent to explore the surface. So they left the bunker to explore the surface.
Got it.
And then Sinatra sent Billy out to kill them.
Okay.
But that is really weird when you do the timey-wimey stuff where they're going back and forth and back and forth.
Right.
At the end of this episode, where Sinatra's holding the baby, telling the baby that she has a plan.
So do you think
everyone see the sunlight and the stars again? So, like, maybe it's a weather machine and not a time machine. Maybe.
So do you think they're going to jump, because we did get the explanation in episode 3 about how the skies will clear and then the greenhouse gases will continue to build up and it'll become insanely hot and unlivable and everybody else will get killed off. Do you think they're going to jump past that with a time machine is what you're thinking is going to happen?
If they use the time machine, I have two theories on what could possibly happen. One, if they use the time machine, if there is a time machine, Sinatra wants to go back and save her child, which would be able, she goes back far enough to save her child, she would be able to warn people about the coming catastrophe from the volcano, that if you listen to the woman's story to Xavier 72,000 years ago, basically the same thing happened and only 1,000 people survived on Earth.
Right.
And we're all descendants of those 1,000 people. And then 72,000 years later, the same thing happens. Only I think more people survive because there's more people on the Earth. If that's the time travel thing, otherwise maybe it's just a weather machine to fix this from ever happening again, or something weird like that. The government controls the weather as it is now, if you talk to people.
Yeah. We'll see. So
all in all, the heartbreak of what happens to Annie is so unexpected, because she's a big star TV wise, right?
She's not she's movie star.
I'm sorry, she's a big movie star.
She's done some TV too, I guess.
But to have her for 4 episodes and then kill her off,
I think Big Little Lies, I think she did.
It's just like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming. And then the end where Xavier gets to Atlanta, which I didn't expect him to get to Atlanta that fast.
Well, you got to get him back to paradise.
Well, right. But to find to find out this is your wife's best friend now, but your wife got taken. So so there's another mystery. And now you got Link and all his boys at the bunker with handwritten signs.
Right, which is like, is that now, or is that because it's obviously been 8 to 9 months, right? So how does that timeline line? That's what like, and I'm sure we won't ever really find out. But
So
like,
I Googled because I was curious. Graceland to Atlanta is 377 miles, I think I Googled. So
okay.
it's a 5-hour, that's a 5-hour car ride.
It's like 2 days on horse.
Right.
Probably,
But,
maybe 3.
But they didn't take 2 days because they kept having to stop because of the pain she was having. Right. So they didn't go full days. And then the pregnancy and then like that. Again, another thing that they did great was the side eyes from the strangers when you're going by them the first time, him running up to the house to get supplies, and then that tension that they build, not knowing are they going to be helpful or not helpful, was really well done.
100%.
Seeing them all,
and he's getting those flashes of Link now too. The where he's seen him, but it hasn't happened yet, which alludes to your time travel stuff.
Timey-wimey stuff. I love it. Is a science fiction show, so
yeah, and we'll see. You know,
we could do a whole hour just dissecting Paradise.
it could be a big time loop.
It could be. It could be. They could be stuck in a time loop. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll find out as we go. It's a 3-season arc.
Yep.
Which is great that's the plan, right? To do 3 seasons, and that's where we're at. Was she in? Hold on. Did she have? Yeah, she did some shows. Yeah, she did Big Little Lies and some other stuff. Shailene Woodley.
Okay.
Who I'm sure we'll get in more flashbacks.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know why, but they'll find a reason to throw some more flashbacks.
Sure.
Other people that stop by Graceland, like for whatever reason. So nice to see her doing some stuff. Anyway, for those of you still hanging out, thanks for finding the Geek Spot. Go watch all these shows so you can join the conversation.
Yeah, man.
Check me out at jackkidmusic.com to see where I'll be playing. I'm in Lansdale and Feasterville this weekend, so if you're around, stop by one of those shows. Frank is doing. Do you have an Island of Relevancy coming up?
We have an Island of Relevancy coming up this week. We have to talk about the Elimination Chamber that just happened on Saturday. Lots of shocking things went down at the Elimination Chamber. Tune in on YouTube Wednesday at the Island of Relevancy on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern to hear T and I break down all of the craziness and what's going on right now on Monday Night Raw.
There you go. Thanks for finding the Geek Spot. We'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.